Waiting for phones to go live.
Hey, oh Sam. Hey everybody. I'm Yvonne Williams with Doctor's Creations, but I think you know that. I've got this Sam dog just staring at me like, Mom, I think I've got a crap. Well, you just been crap. We saw you in the yard. I love you. I love you so much, Sam. I do. How are you guys doing today? What are you guys up to? Hey Red Kel, how's it going? Um, it's amazing weather today, by the way. Uh, I thought I'd let you guys know that I'm like wearing no sleeves and the app crashed. But we're back. So stick with us. Hopefully today will be a good day. It's been a good day so far, actually. Hey Julie, hey Katrina, hey Lisa, hey Ashley. Um so we have some announcements to make. Let me get this up and going. I'm gonna let a few more people wander into the room first before I start announcing stuff. What was I even? Oh yeah, I was gonna. Like, what am I even doing here? Yeah, we're back, Ashley. Sorry, yeah, if the app ever crashes or like my stream drops, that's just how my face looks, Red Cow. Like, I don't know why, but like this side's super smiling. So I don't know. What did you do? What? We did bunches of stuff as we do, Red Cal. Hey Daniel, how's it going? Sorry, I'm trying to find my own stream. I guess I could just go to Discord instead of trying to rummage through Patreon. Um, Least user friendly thing in the world. We bitched about Etsy on our YouTube channel, and
Did I do it? Did I do the thing?
what'd you do, Randy?
Oh, Daniel had already done it before me.
I'd already done.
Oh, you'd alredy done it. Dang it.
I'm a good. Oh, were you in there on Discord trying? Oh, Randy.
It's literally 1 second after yours.
So, Sam, you smell funny, buddy. Well, Randy, I'll click your link to open up my stream. Oh, be quiet, Vaughn.
I was gonna
Okay.
delete my
Oh no, don't do that.
How do I do that on the...
I have no idea. Okay. Christy asks, how are you and Randy today? Randy, come over here and hang out with me.
I'm good where I am.
He's sitting in the corner. The house this is right where the house starts sloping back down into the corner. So he's like, I'm gonna sit over here where I'm comfortable. How did you like the glass studio? Katrina, we really liked it.
For half a second, I was like, how'd they know?
How'd they know? No, I told them on Patreon, where we kind of are now. I'm in love with glass. I need to get the wiring done so that we can plug our kilns in and get the improvements made to the walls over in this corner. I actually don't think it's going to be big enough for 2 kilns, but we'll have to see. We'll figure it out. Absolutely loved it. I didn't get to use their kiln, so I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing about setting up like the scheduling, like for the kiln firing and stuff, the firing schedule. But it was amazing. It was way more fun than I anticipated and a lot less work than I anticipated.
Yeah, it was a lot easier than I
I'm going to come over here to you.
Oh,
There's my Randy. He's the best Randy all day. Here, I need to move. I can't get close enough to you.
Oh, that's terrible. Just true.
What?
Why do I gotta move around?
I don't know.
To accommodate you?
I don't know. Okay, it's a hey Randy. It's a hey Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
Oof, I need a coffee drip. Oh no. Well, y'all go to bed. We will be here.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind you hanging out, but we will be here. Sleep is good. Got my giveaway. Right on. Glass is fun. I fell in love 2 years ago now. Right on. And I already knew that I love lamp work. I love lamp. But I didn't know anything about glass fusing, so I was really glad to get to take a class. And Randy was amazing. It sounds ridiculous.
I have so many cuts.
He is covered in tiny little cuts because we're used to sitting our arms down on our work surface, and there was like glass everywhere. Because
Go figure.
okay, so
like
I'm comparatively very
breaking
bad
glass
at cutting glass.
and cutting glass and splintering glass
Yeah.
and handling glass. Yeah, it's all just glass.
Glass, just shards of glass. But like Randy's perfect straight cuts. Every single one of them's breaking perfect, and I'm over here with my pliers, and I literally feel like I am just chewing through the glass. Like,
It looked like a squirrel or something.
it had just gnawed the edge off.
Just bites out of it.
So I'm really glad Randy's good at it. What's up? Okay. Yeah, no, all glassworks will create shards, lots of shards. But in the waffle board helped a lot. It was just on the cutting mats.
You had a waffle board?
The waffle board that we
I
were.
didn't have a waffle
Yes, how
board.
you did on the thingy that's like the cutter over
I
there.
used that once.
Oh, that's not my fault. You had your own. You could have used it the whole time. But
yeah,
right,
it's the
Lisa?
cutting mats. They're just a flat surface, like you would cut fabric on.
Like with a rotary cutter.
And yeah,
so all the glass was just right there on the
so many
surface.
glass shards. I felt a little bad, like we were trying our best to clean up as we went, and the lady who was teaching us how to do it was even like, "Wow, you guys don't have to clean up this much," and we're like, I mean,
"Are you kidding me? There's glass shards everywhere. Of course I'm going to clean up."
But yeah, I felt a little bad. We left. There was like I had a little pile of just dustified glass, and
yeah,
Vaughn had an even bigger pile.
I had a big pile of demolished glass.
And she's like, "Yeah, just leave that. You know, I'll pick it up." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we just I took our paper towels, mainly because mine had a bunch of blood all over it.
And so it was damp enough to pick up like the shards. And you took it to the
I didn't wipe my blood on it.
No, that's true. I did. Katrina says different colors and patterns will break differently. Also, textured glass can be a bitch.
Yes.
I imagine.
My biggest not concern, but hurdle is, I'm like, okay, gotta cut the thing, but you need to get into the habit of which side is the smooth side, which sounds stupid because like you touch your windows and they're just smooth, but it's not the same glass, I guess. And yeah, so I kept like the cuts that weren't straight was because it was like bumpy all the way through, and I was like, meh, good enough.
They still broke perfect though. But Penny says, "Are you kidding me, lady? There's more shrapnel here than now." Triggered. Like,
I don't know about that, but
Katrina says that's why it's really important to keep fur kids away from glass cutting areas, and we may actually do yet another rearrange and have the glass cutting be in the paint room, the forge room, to be able to keep the dogs and cats out. I know, stop crying. It's okay.
Terrible idea.
Is it?
Yes, we should not do that.
Why is that a bad idea? Just the glass cutting.
Because you're supposed to keep the glass clean at all times.
Oh yeah, that room's disgusting. Okay. The ceiling falls on you. Like if you just stand there, you get like ceiling dusted.
Little bits of ceiling dust.
Little bits of ceiling dust.
All the time.
Daniel loves your Harry Potter t-shirt.
Oh, thank
Lisa says, "I was thinking about when you and House was storing them, and I thought that you could get PVC pipe and cut them into the right lengths and store your glass rods." That's actually what we're planning on doing, Lisa, for the rods. Our sheet glass, we're still kind of figuring that out.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with the rods at all.
She says, "Just wait till you try to do stained glass with textured glass. Setting up the pattern to cut on smooth side but fit correctly is a challenge."
I bet.
Yeah. I don't know. I look at Randy because it's like he was actually talking about. He's like, "I think I'm really interested in getting into stained glass," and I'm here like
for far more than because I suck at colors. Colors are bad. Like
he's hard on himself.
I'm good at cutting straight lines ish, so I have no idea how to do stained glass, but in my head, the way I would do it is I would take my project and draw it up in whatever program I want to draw it up in, make it look like a stained glass, print it out, either put it on the bottom and put all the glass on top and just kind of cut the lines where they're supposed to be of whatever
Have you not watched a tutorial?
No.
That's the exact method as far as the tutorials that I've watched. So
well,
I think you're going to be a natural at this.
Oh, that's how I would do it.
Worst case scenario, you can
I'm not a professional.
You can just use entirely clear glass and just have the cool line work.
Yeah, but there's a
Well, if you feel like your
this
skill with colors gets in the way,
the thing with stained glass is that it's colorful.
well, you could do them. Yeah, break the mold.
Well,
You could do them in entirely like grayscale
no, that sounds
with
terrible.
different textures and stuff. You could do a Silent Hill one.
Yeah, I could do something.
I don't know. It's
Still,
just
that'd be terrible.
yeah, or like I don't know. There's ways to work around where you think your weaknesses are.
Yeah.
Until you build your confidence and experience. Um.
But that's for several years down the road.
Well, we'll see.
No, that's
Time
for
will
several
tell.
years down the road. That's what.
So okay, announcements. Because I think everybody who's gonna come hang out is probably here for the most part. Patreon will be shipped out on the 15th of each month moving forward. We had shipped out.
Roll it back out.
We felt so proud we got it shipped out on the 5th of February and then like
10th of January because we were like no later than the 10th. That's our absolute deadline for us. And the reason is because last year we put it out on the 15th, and for you international folks, you wouldn't get it until possibly next month. And we feel terrible about that
because it's like if your money comes out on the 1st, you don't want to have to wait an entire month for your product to arrive.
But yesterday we were informed that someone had paid for their thing, and in their note is what had said it. That was like, it usually takes out on the 15th of the month.
Or the 12th.
On the 12th of the month. But I haven't received my package yet. And I'm like, it should never have been taken out on the 12th of the month. It should stop after the 5th.
Which, because the way that we understood it with Patreon is they process payments between the one and the 5th, the first and the 5th. And so we were like, okay, payments are done processing for this month. Let's ship out everybody's Craft-A-Long kits. And we felt so good, and we thought we had done it.
So we were like, yeah, we're doing good. All right. We then go and look, and sure enough, for the past 10 months, they have been charged at earliest on the 10th. And it's like, they snuck through last month because they were charged on the 10th and we were printing on the 10th.
So it would like, and there's no way for us to, if we ship on the 5th, then somebody gets charged on the 10th. Patreon doesn't notify us. Like, and we don't have a clear way aside from going through each of y'all individually, which that's like almost 200 people that we ship to each month, which is amazing, but like to have to go through and cross-reference.
And we're going to be honest with you, we went and looked and we're like, how did they get charged? And come to find out, we had $200 sitting there. And I'm like, what is this? This is too much.
And so we think that there were at least 10 other people.
There's at least 10 other people that got charged.
And quite possibly didn't get their stuff shipped to them. So if you guys haven't gotten your package yet, send us an email, because that way we can know to look up. Lori says, I just signed up and Patreon said it'd be charged on the 1st. Strange. Right? And that's, I'm like, I don't know. And
we have no control over when the money comes out. So we were thinking, if Patreon says this is the rules, 1 through 5, then we can operate around, take those into consideration. On the 5th, we start sending out like as much as we can. And it was our goal to be done by the 10th. And we were really good this month. We did it.
Yeah. Because otherwise it feels like the first, when we ship on the 15th, it feels like the first half of our month is
just Patreon stress.
Patreon stress. Yeah, which y'all don't stress us out. It's Patreon stressing us out, because we're like, we'd like to do our job. Like, we'd like to get this taken care of.
We understand that it's like, it's kind of unfair to keep everyone's packages back while a few other people are getting charged at the last minute. But if you guys could be a little like lenient on us, and you don't understand the stress it puts us under whenever we've sent out everybody's packages, and then we've got more people coming forward being like, I never got my package.
Because
now I'm disgruntled. I don't like that I paid you and I didn't get my thing. And it's like, you paid us? Hold on, let us look. And it
puts us into panic mode, that it's like, how many other people are quietly disgruntled
or quietly
like,
stewing. And
yeah.
like, this is the 4th month.
Charged and first notified of such and the money taken on the 5th. Ah, gotcha, Penny. Me too, Beth. I get charged on first, but the last time it took out 4 days to make the money out of my account. Huh. Okay.
Which is why we were giving ourselves the 10th.
Right on. Thanks, Gary. But yeah, so we're just gonna ship on the 15th. So that's the only way. That's the only thing that we can do.
It sucks, but it's the only way we can keep everybody on the same page.
Next announcement. It's okay.
Everything's okay. I know.
Just if you haven't gotten your package, please send us a message, and we will be announcing this tomorrow too. For folks who don't watch the live streams, we took a glass class. That's our next announcement. It was awesome.
Which we already.
We will keep you up to date because well, let's tell them about the glass class. We each did 2 projects because we were like, we drove an hour to be here. We're gonna do a bunch of projects. Do you want to keep up with the camera?
No, you got
it. Okay. And Randy and I both did a pendant that you put like frit in the bottom, and then you cap it off with larger glass. Randy's had dichroic in it, so it was like using a mold, fused glass in a mold. And that was really cool.
Yeah, like the closest we could equate it to is resin in a mold. Only instead of with resin, you're building the foreground on bottom.
So when you take it out, that side's the top. With this,
you're building it top side.
Top's the top. Which that completely blew my mind. I didn't even know that was like. I was like.
And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, how?
And then we were making something called puddle cabs. Puddle cabs?
Just a puddle at the moment.
Yeah, she was calling them puddles. I'm like, okay. But she was like, okay, stack 7 2-inch square colors.
2-inch by 2-inch squares.
Yeah. Stack them. All of them like the same smooth side up. And then they're going to put that in the kiln and full fuse it until it melts down and spreads to like, because it's the nature of glass to go to around, 6 millimeters thick. Just is where its surface tension will hold. It'll stop running at that point.
And at first I was like, oh, okay, this isn't like, 1, it's kind of way too big to do anything with. 2, you can only really see the top color. 3, why?
And then you take that
and you hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, you smash. And then you take those fragments and you set them on their side, and they're all jagged and weird and irregular. And then you heat that, like fuse that, and they puddle into like these really cool looking, they look very like organic shapes, like tumbled stones almost. Mm-hmm. Like,
so now instead of seeing just the flat color that's on top, because you turn them on their side, you're seeing the stratus, and it's pretty cool looking.
Which, with our own kiln, where we don't have to worry about sharing kiln space with classmates, mm-hmm. and like the kiln that we're looking at is 13 inches. Mm-hmm. So I'd figure it up and see how many I can stack to make it spread to a
13 inch.
Well, to like probably a 10 inch.
Okay.
And so in that way, the more you stack, the more cool layers we'll get. And
yeah,
I don't know. I'm super, super interested.
And then Vaughn was all like, and we could sell like messed up glass,
Because I'm thinking, I'm in dud box mind mode. I'm like, yeah, if I mess up, because I'm gonna.
And I'm like, but what about all those pores that you've been like falling in love with it? Which
screen pores? Oh, I gotta show y'all. Y'all want to see some glass porn? Like, well, not like. Okay. Sorry, just a sec.
Show you something cool.
Yeah, you guys want to see something awesome?
But you basically take all of your scrap glass and you layer it and then melt it, and it all forms into one cool, really awesome looking thing.
Yeah. Are you talking about the screen melts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a person. Sorry, I don't
know. It
looks
gross starting, like happening. It looks gross.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool.
It bothers me deeply.
Her name is Lisa M. Lishka, which Mountain Willow Glass on Etsy, or not Etsy. Sorry, that's our next announcement. Mountain Willow Glass on Instagram or mountainwillowglass.com. But y'all check her out because she is like the coolest. Let me actually. Just a moment. I'm flipping it around. Boop. Oh, really, Daniel? Okay, yeah, that's what. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, this isn't typed enough. I hear you, puppy. Okay.
That is what she said.
So, this is what one of her pores looks like. And look at all the cells and everything and the glass. And she also takes like micro photography, but like, I mean, it looks like a resin pour or an acrylic pour.
But it's glass.
But it's glass. It's glaze. Oh, those colors. Like, y'all. And then this is what her finished pieces look like. You know, she goes through and cuts them and bevels them and fire polishes them and stuff. She also does lamp work. Like, oh my god, I want to make these and send them to you guys for you to wire wrap them. Like, oh, that strata in those cells, like, oof. And then, oh, that's a piece that she made. But like all that wispy, like, guys, my heart. Like, I quietly stalk her. Hey Mitch, how's it hanging? Where's one of the ones where the screen is melting? Because she shows the process, like, there it is. So you can see, you stack all the colors of glass, and then it starts to, whenever you go full fuse, it starts to ooey gooey through and settle, and you're getting all these interesting, like, and it looks like that.
There will be no junk boxes of
glass. So any of our duds or scrap or anything is getting recycled back into what we're doing. So I'm going to catch back up with comments. It is super interesting, Ashley, because I don't know, like, glasswork is like the coolest thing to me. Like, I get so excited about it. Red Kel says looks like a horror movie. Oof. Right? And I'm just here like, I want to touch it. Dude, somebody on a recumbent bike just rolled on by.
See that.
I'm glad you're doing better, Mitch. Ooh, yeah, do it. In your old film. It's the main thing is to make sure that you have a metal that's not galvanized because it puts off fumes whenever it heats up. And to make sure that your metal is a heavy enough that whenever it heats, it's not going to get so soft that it like relaxes under the weight of the glass that you're putting on there. Okay, last announcement. The auction items from our February auction, are going to remain on Etsy because that's where I told everybody that they would be during the auction, but we are no longer posting new items to our Etsy store. And once I figure out how to reliably like get it posted and tested and stuff to reliably host our digital content over on our website, Randy and I are shutting down our Etsy shop.
I thought you wanted to leave it up for the digital templates.
Once I get the digital templates moved over.
Oh, so you're just shutting
it down. It's for our $1 template. We get 70 cents on the dollar.
No, we get 40 cents.
No, it's actually, because the 20-cent.
We get 40 cents on the dollar.
So, So, in that being said, there were,
Do you smell toast?
I had a stroke just now. My head is burning so much with anger and frustration, but also a real need to communicate to you guys that it's, if you're a shop who's underneath their 10,000 threshold and you actually have an option on whether or not you can participate in Etsy's offsite ads,
go ahead and
keep your shop open. Like, this is probably going to be really good for you because you have an option on whether or not you can now listen to your heart more than anything. There's a lot of people who are very pro Etsy making these changes with their ads, but consistently, as far as the emails we've been getting and the messages that I've been receiving and on YouTube comments and stuff, and what I've been reading on other people's forums and articles, it seems like every single person who is pro Etsy ads on the offsite ads is someone who is already using or thinking about using their marketing tools, and in which case,
or are under the 100 or the 10K.
Yeah, or are under the 10K. But even the ones who are 10K, they aren't the pro Etsy. They're like, it's not affecting me. It doesn't matter. I can opt out.
Right.
The ones who are pro, like actively pro Etsy, are the ones who we're already using the ads. And I get it. It's a million times better. The mailman's coming, so the dogs are going to freak out. So turn your volume down. And that being said, I'm glad that this is better. Etsy needed to do something for their sellers to make the ads more efficient. There it goes. Thanks, Mix. We appreciate all y'all's support. I'm sorry that Folksy plan didn't pan out for you. I was hoping they'd allow US sellers. It's okay, but and that's we needed to be going over to our own website anyways. So it's Conscious Crafties is good, but they get little traffic. And that's the biggest thing is with a lot of this stuff, there were people who were paying for Etsy ads who just by being on Etsy, just because Etsy itself gets a lot of traffic, doesn't necessarily mean that your shop is going to get good sales. For all the presents and everything that we did with our social media and everything, until we really started pushing our Etsy presence on YouTube and y'all started going over there, we didn't have any sales on Etsy.
We had very few.
Like it was maybe 1 or 2 a month of like a digital template, like max. And that was still as a result of YouTube because I didn't start doing digital templates until I started posting videos about them. And so it's just because maybe Artfire or your own website doesn't have the traffic coming through it that Etsy does. Before our YouTube marketing campaign, we had 0 foot traffic through our shop, like 0. Like, so if you have 5 people come to Etsy and 5 people come to your shop, just for making up numbers, I'm not a numbers person, the people who are coming to your shop, even if your total monthly flow is 5 people, that's 5 people who were specifically there just to see you. So Etsy's getting however many hundreds of thousands, probably in the millions of people coming through and viewing and buying and stuff each month, but how many of them we came there to see you, but then didn't because Etsy makes it difficult to search for you, or, and so it's not necessarily just about having good view numbers or good exposure numbers. It's the qualitative of having somebody, if you post to your Facebook, hey, I made this thing, come check it out in my Etsy shop, and somebody goes to check it out in your Etsy shop, but then gets sidetracked by, ooh, shiny, something over here in the sidebar, and then goes and buys something from somebody else, that's less than ideal. Whereas if you post to your Facebook and you're like, I made this thing, come check it out at my, .wix.com or .squarespace.com or if you host your own website, and they are in a no distraction, just your shop, your brand, your items environment. You have gotten them into your digital booth, and usually by that point, I know, puppy, you're pretty likely to make a sale, or at least have they might share with like somebody else, or they might sign up for your email list where you can market to them directly. Like there's just now that's a great idea. Showing your Deb says my son got additional sales by showing his newest project on Reddit. That's a really good idea. There's a whole community over there on Reddit. So that's what we're thinking about Etsy, because it's with what we do. Because I actually had a couple of people be like, isn't increased ads good for you? And I'm like, well, 93%, like we did the math, 93% of our sales since we started doing auctions, because prior to the auctions, we did not meet their threshold. Like we wouldn't have had to worry about this at all. I know we would have.
No.
We'd have been close. We had a really good sales year last year, but it wasn't until December and we started the auctions. The auction. We'd have been close enough for concern, that's for sure.
Yes.
But 93% of our sales are auction stuff where we do all the footwork here on YouTube. y'all like our stuff, and so you buy it, and then we send you a direct link to Etsy to do the payment processing. The ads would just naturally cannibalize that. Like, how many of y'all might have like Googled our shop or something earlier in the month and just clicked on the first hit because it was convenient, maybe not realizing that it was an ad, but just because you went through that portal into Etsy,
let's take you guys out
at the end of the month, whenever, oh, bless you, puppy, if you came and bought something from our auction because we linked you, they'd still get 12% of that. So it's cannibalizing 93% potentially of our shop. And I know that not everybody's shop is like that. But we should have the choice. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox and move on. But Sam. Yeah, Aisha says, such a shame people having to close down their shops after working so hard to build their shop up. So sorry to hear that. It's, yeah, in Penny's, like, they'd given them the option. Ow, coffee hot. Is there anything outside from the mail?
I have no idea.
Okay. I wonder if it would help the original model of wanting small crafters be able to be part of a larger market. The huge sellers were taking away from that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know. They don't want to hear my 2 cents on it.
I'll hug them when they get back in, Bevs. Let's do some wire wrapping. What? Mm-hmm. Red Kell says, also the CEO even said he doesn't like handmade. See, that was the thing. They built they built their company on the back of being handmade.
See, okay. I guess.
Well, I'm going to start wire wrapping so we can actually get some crafting in today.
If you need the time,
yes.
I'll talk about it.
Oh, do you want to? I didn't know if you wanted to be on camera or off camera for your rant.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. It's Randy rant time, you guys. Have fun.
So this whole Etsy thing is really the biggest issues I've seen with it is people being like, what are you complaining about? You're using Etsy's brand to push your products. You should be grateful that you're able to use Etsy and that they're only charging you 15%. Here's my soapbox. So
oh,
I'm gonna get up on this for a second.
Wait, let me go get a pitchfork. No.
Basically, what is Etsy? If you want to break it down, because another thing I've seen people complain about is like, you should just shut up and accept it, take it, because if you had a brick and mortar, you would be facing these same problems anyway.
Yeah, you'd be paying so much, just to have a brick and mortar, and it's like,
if you want to start, comparing things, let's compare evenly. Let's do it correctly. So, going back to the first project or the first problem where it was Etsy's, you're using Etsy's brand. What is Etsy? What was Etsy when it started? It was simply a consignment website where people who made handmade products could bring their products and reach an international market. The original, trade-off was you would bring your handmade products, and when it sold, Etsy would get a cut, just like a consignment. So let's compare Etsy as a website to a brick and mortar.
Where they often take
consignment. So here you are, you walk into a store already established, and you say, I like your store, I would like to sell my products through your store. And they say, we could do this at a consignment, just like what's going on. So when your product sells, we get a fee, or we get a cut of it for the fee, to cover the fee of us carrying your product to start with. That's fair. Etsy originally was what, 2.8?
Something like that. It was pretty reasonable.
It was really reasonable. So it was like, okay, they're going to charge us for the initial fee of like 20 cents to post an item. That's fine. And whenever it sells, Etsy gets 2.8%. This worked for a very long time, and it made a brand for Etsy. You wanted handmade products, you go to Etsy. So, using their brand Like, we should be grateful we're using their brand. We're the ones that made their brand what it is today. So don't even give me that crap about, oh, you should just, take it.
You should be grateful.
Yeah.
It's like what
No.
we've been doing an equivalent exchange of their services for our, posting our shops and stuff. It's like, why should we be grateful? We've been paying them for their service this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. We're paying them for their service. Okay, cool. So we've been going into Etsy for a while, doing traffic, making sales, giving them some of it. It's great. Etsy then turns around and goes, hey guys, this is really cool, but we want to start putting out flyers. And we kind of need you guys to cover a bit of that. It's not going to be a lot, we're going to boost it up to 5% instead of 2.8. And you're like, okay, that's not too big of an increase, and that's fine. It's fair. It's fair, 2.8. But there's going to be flyers being handed out. People are going to see it. It's going to generate more foot traffic. This will eventually reach me in the long run. So basically doubling of my original 2.8, 2.5 to a 5, that's fine. This is good. This is fine.
This is if Etsy were a brick and mortar store.
Right. Yeah, this is the equivalent exchange here. So that works for a while. We see an uptick in movement. Etsy's making more sales. We're making more sales. It's good. It's happy. It's, some people were like, I can't make that jump.
A lot of people didn't see any kind of increase in sales at all.
Well, yes, that's what happened.
Okay, sorry.
But,
okay.
But, ideally this is how it works. So then a year goes by. You walk back in and you're like, hey, where's my display of stuff that used to be right here? And Etsy says, oh, remember those flyers? Well, we kind of want you to start paying us to put your name on the flyers so people know exactly who you are. And you may go, well, okay, I can't really afford that. And so, okay, that's fine. You can't afford it. We just won't put your name on the flyer, and we'll just put you in the back of the store.
Is this the equivalent of the free shipping?
This is the equivalent of the free shipping.
Yeah. It wasn't having the name on the flyer. It was, we want you to pay for your packaging.
Yeah.
And for your,
But it's like, but why is my stuff all the way in the back? Well, you've got plenty of foot traffic. People are coming in looking for your stuff specifically. So we don't need to put you out on display. Well, how do I get my stuff back out? Give us an incentive, pay for your own shipping. Yeah. It's like, that's kind of your thing. That's part of the whole thing, right?
It's like, no, we'll list you up in the front with everybody else.
If you pay for your own shipping. Again, a lot of people are like, dang, I can't cover this. We couldn't cover that.
Mm-mm. So we got put to the back. And
it's like, okay, well, we'll use our word of mouth to send traffic into your store and tell them when you go in, you take a left, go down the hallway to the right, and it's the third door on the left. That's us. Okay, cool. That's how it'll work. Skip forward to here we are now. You walk back in the store, and Etsy goes, hey, remember those flyers? Yeah. Well, it's kind of like putting signs up in our store. We're not going to charge you for that anymore. Oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Give me 15% of every sale now. What happened to when we started, it was 2.8. Then you wanted to upcharge me to 5.
Now it's 15%.
And now it's an additional 10 to that? Well, okay, so 15%. Hang on. 15%. That's crazy. But maybe. How does it work? And they say, okay, here's how it works. Anyone who walks in the store and anyone who walked outside the store and saw our billboard out front, or the fact that we put a sign up on a billboard on the street across the way,
or flipped through the newspaper that had our ad in it,
or flipped through the newspaper, heard it on the radio, maybe saw a commercial on TV. When they come into the store, regardless of what if you told them, you showed them a picture of the item and you said, yeah, go down the hallway to the left, down that hallway on the right, third door on the left, that's us. Doesn't matter. They saw one of those things. So for the next month, anytime they buy something from you, I get 15% because of all of my marketing efforts.
And it's 15% in addition to the 5 that they were already charging. So
in addition to the posting the fee.
Mm-hmm. In addition to the sales tax that they collect. In addition to the shipping fees that they collect. Because we don't even ship through Etsy. We get charged $16 this past month in shipping fees. And I'm like, what is that even for?
Yeah.
Because
you guys aren't shipping my product.
We don't use Etsy labels. We don't do anything like that. We use it independently through stamps.com. I can hear you licking your armpits.
So how is all of that? We should be grateful for this. How is it we should just bend over and take this? Because hold on, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So
it's okay.
It's back to where it was, and it's like, yeah, it's going to be this much, and I say, I don't want to pay the additional 15%, and they say, you're a long-time person. You've done really well on your business. You don't get to say whether you do it or not. Well, what if at some point I fall below making this number of sales? Doesn't matter. You were good once. You will be stuck with this forever. You don't get a choice. But I just told my buddy about this, and he seemed really interested, so he's going to set up his shop. He can opt in or out until he makes a certain amount.
Then he's
stuck for life, regardless of how good he does. So to us, that's not fair. The only other option you can do is simply say, I want to take my business elsewhere and not use this Etsy anymore. And people are treating everyone who's mad or upset at the entire situation like,
but they're like, just eat it. It's just 1.2% increase per sale. You can just bake that in was the term. And it's like,
it was technically illegal for us to raise the price to cover the shipping.
To bake in our shipping.
Why is it suddenly going to be okay to do this to cover this advertisement sale? But it doesn't make sense.
Again, I'm just mad that they're forcing us into it.
So there's that. And now there's people being like, it'll only affect a small portion, 5% of your sales. And it's like, how can you prove that? First off, why would I pay 15% more
to get that
only a 5% boost? That's not good. That's not good maths.
And I don't know if that's how the maths work, but it's like, I sure freaking hope that if you're charging everybody 12 to 15% on their sales, that we will see more than a 5% increase in our sales.
Absolutely.
So it's either only affecting 5% of the sales that we were already making, or it's only going to increase us 5%. And I'm like, either way, this is, I shouldn't have to. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So there's that. And it's like, how do you prove to us that people didn't just put blinders on, keep their head down, walk all the way to the store because they memorized it? They get in the store, they turn down the left hall, they go down that hallway, and then they turn right, and then there's a third door on the left, so they count the doorknobs without looking up and go, here we are. I don't have to pay, or not, they don't have to pay because we're the ones that's paying, but they then give me money, and I don't have to pay the 15% to Etsy. How are they going to prove that?
Mm-hmm.
As it stands right now, their chart that they show us the information of where all of our traffic is coming from, it's basically a pie chart. And it's without more definition on the chart to say this person, this individual cell came in to your site on this date from this place in the past 30 days. That's why we're taking 15%.
Yeah.
It's all hearsay. And maybe I'm paranoid. Maybe I'm the one that's distrusting. But when you start messing with my money, I start getting real antsy. And I'm like, prove to me the things you're telling me are the truth, because this is my job. This is my livelihood.
I'm going to say I'm with Joe on this one. She says,
I can't read any of the comments.
I refuse to waste my energy being angry about this. I'll instead smile and learn a way to do it.
Exactly. And that's what we're doing. We're not angry so much.
Sorry.
We're not. We're just, this is the reasons we're doing the things we're doing, and we're moving away from Etsy. So hopefully our brand will be enough to let people go, Back to Earth Creations. Yeah, that's, yes, bank, I do trust them. Please pay. Please pay the X amount of money towards them because I want their product. And that's what it's going to boil down to, is a bunch of people are going to start making their own things, and there's going to be complications because the banks are going to say, is this a trusted place or is this a scam? Back to Earth Creation sounds like a scam.
Well, clearly.
I mean, we're all live on Venus. So, but that's me off my soapbox. You can take the thing.
We're done bitching now. But it's, Joe, you're 100% right. That's kind of the only thing that we can do is just move forward and just be like, all right, Etsy, bye. It's been great. And just kind of figure out something else. And that's the good news, is there are actually a lot of different options out there on the market, whether it's having your own domain or paying a web developer or going through like Weebly or something, or Artfire, or basically pretty much, Daniel. How much does it cost to make your own website for sales? You can set up, because it's the advice that was given to me by a lot of people. They were like, don't even go through Weebly, pay a web developer, get like a WordPress, and just get it built, be completely independent. That can cost up to a couple $1,000s, and doesn't allow me the independence to get an idea at 2 a.m. and go in there and change my website. Though I understand and agree with what they're saying, but I like to go with something like Weebly. Weebly may not be perfect for what you're doing, but Weebly, Squarespace, Wix, GoDaddy, like a lot of these that have drag and drop stuff kind of going on. Hey there, do you actually mind if I pull up on the computer and show people our currently free Weebly website?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I will be over here with y'all.
And it seems like it's going to cost $30 to sell on our site.
Right. Which this month, well, Randy, that's if I do the upgraded one. Okay. If we do just what we currently have, it's not going to cost us anything.
Right.
Let me see. Close that. I'm going to turn this way for just a sec. Okay. So here we go. This is our high-tech screen capture technology. $30 a month is what we're currently paying on our Camp Craft Along website, and that's so that we can have the basically MailChimp type email service. That's so we can have all sorts of different kinds of just all sorts of different stuff. Whereas this right here is one of their free Weebly accounts. And this is just our shop. Hey baby, would you mind bringing me my tablet?
Yeah.
Thank you. And over here on the side, you can add new pages, you can go through their themes. You can change fonts, theme options. So over from build, we would do, thank you, honey. This way I can see people's comments. Oh, really? Okay. Well, thank you. I really liked it. Like, we can go in here and edit the image, or you can just use the basic stock footage that comes with their stuff. Can't people hook up Shopify and WordPress? Quite possibly, Redkel. And again, I don't know a whole lot about that. This is just how I've been running my business, and so this might work for y'all. But yeah, we can come through. You can add a title. So we could say, and you just click and you say, my shop or something. And then you can grab text just over here and you drag it and you drop it. And you can say, shop here to shop for things. And you can change your texts and sizes. You can make them be text right next to each other. So you can shop here for things, shop here for other things. You can make them links to external pages, because like right now our gallery of designs just external links you to DeviantArt. Our tutorials external links you to YouTube. And previously our shop page external linked you to our Etsy. So we had been using this as our hub. So even if you have an Etsy shop, you can still set up a Weebly where you can have a gallery, you can have an About Us page, and you can be directing people to backtoearthcreations.com. We pay yearly, used to. This year we were able to do like a 5-year chunk to have it be just backtoearthcreations.com instead of .weebly.com. But even then, you've just got people going kind of to your shop. Is that $30 a month, even if you don't sell anything? For Christy, yes. But we can deactivate it. Like, we're paying monthly. It would have been cheaper if we had paid for the year, but we were like, once we're out of tickets, we don't have to keep selling anymore. And we factored that into our overall cost of like the tickets and stuff. Like, that was part of the marketing budget and the internet presence budget that we had factored into Camp Craft Along. So if anybody thinks I'm like super anti-marketing or anything, it's not that. I just want to be able to choose. You know, if I'm taking a month vacation or something, I can turn it off. What's up? I'm missing something. Shopify is independent, can be on multiple platforms. Ah, okay. Yvonne Juarez says building a website isn't the rocket science it used to be, right? So, do they allow you to upload your own graphics instead of using theirs? Yeah. I think you can change the background image as well. But let's see. I clicked. Why isn't it? My computer crashed. Normally it lets me. Edit image. I don't know what happened. Maybe if I refresh it. Beep boop. Must shop here to shop for things. There we go. Yeah, so this is our website. What was the question? Yes, you can upload. So like here, this is, I love that image, but we could use a different image for that. Okay, so we can crop and edit and adjust here. Discard changes, or we can click settings, change this type of setting. How do I discard changes? Okay, edit image, upload image. And if we pay for Pro, we can what's up, babe?
No.
Oh, okay. We could do a slideshow, which that's another thing that we wanted for our Camp Craft Along. I don't even know what all this stuff is. Desktop, where is jewelry pictures? So we could change it and we could put, let's do a picture of this dragon eye. Because that's something that's really recognizable with our brand is our dragon eyes. A lot of people coming over from YouTube, if they don't recognize this, they'll recognize our product. Which that's something where branding and everything comes in really, really handy. So it's still uploading. Upload complete. It's buffering. Whoa, that's huge. Let's crop it. How do we... Let's do 16 by 9. Okay, that looks great. Or it's a 4 by 3. Ooh, I like that even better. I want it a little off center. Okay, so now we'll close that. No, I want to save it. How do I save it? How do I save you? How to go back? Ah! Oh, that's so big. I don't know. Let's click save anyways and see what happens. Save to this page only. Oh boy, this might be bad. Because I don't know where that other picture is. I'm making permanent changes to it. No, it worked out fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, this is basically, with this level of incompetence, I am able to run my own website. You will do wonderfully. So, yeah, let's get back to crafting. If you guys are interested, I'll do like a little bit more of, not quite a walkthrough of me doing my website, because I am not equipped for doing that. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's actually, yeah, we'll do some more wire wrapping. But if you guys are really interested in that, I'll actually sit down and show you guys what it is that I'm doing over there on my website. But it's, you can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. It's just some solid Googling will get you where you're going. What's up, baby?
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too. You gonna be wrapping them pretty stones?
Yeah. I love you.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry. I know a lot of y'all come here to like just hang out and chill and stuff, but it's Randy's like, well, you got to say your piece on a video. I want to say my piece, and I'm like, you know what? That's completely fair. Let's say some pieces. Honeycomb looking stone. I'm not entirely certain this was sent to me by one of y'all. Like, it feels like a lifetime ago, but it's beautiful. Maybe a type of fossil agate. It's really pretty though. Like, I love it. Tanya says, not gonna lie, that actually gave me hope that I could do things. I'm way more incompetent than you. Well, it's not a peeing race, Tanya. We can both be equally incompetent. But no, and it's you'll figure it out. Like, between it's really, really different. Used to, when people were putting together their websites, they were shooting in the dark, and now there's stuff between YouTube and just tutorials provided by Weebly and stuff. It's we can figure this out. But man, though, like I was saying a song the other day that was like, it's just one thing after another. They're gonna get you. They're gonna take your money. Etsy's a bunch of buttholes. And so but yeah, we can do it, you guys. We can get through this. Like, if you've been successful on Etsy to any extent, you can be successful anywhere. If you've been kind of held back and dragged down by Etsy's policies and their favoritism and their nitpickiness, you can find your success. You can build your success elsewhere. You do not need Etsy. They need you, and they've forgotten that. So, bye, Julie. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, on Joe. This is actually what one of our very first tutorials was, how to make a star flower. I love it for using these larger stones too, that are kind of a little big for other things. Okay, so I'm getting that bent. Oh, that's making the bale way too small, isn't it? Okay. Let's unbend it then. You know, I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna smush that back out flat. I'm gonna find my mandrel pliers and get my knife together. She's wearing hers right now. She made me tell you this. Right on, Gary. I'm glad she likes it. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the question. What is it? Teresa says, have a question. You sent out auction items yet? I paid for mine Sunday and haven't received anything yet. I'm sorry, Teresa. Things got kind of just wonky this week. We have your package sitting on the table waiting to be shipped. It will go out on Monday. Hey, Michelle. I have my own domain name since I'm glad. Now look at doing something else. Right on. Read this to Randy too. I appreciate your candor because talking about these things is a learning experience and people need to be informed. I'll let him know, Penny. He's gone upstairs, but I don't know if he's still watching. Okay, I never quite know how to lock down the shoulders on these because I don't want to just hold it into place with our with the bail because that's a little bit too mobile of a spot, if that makes sense. I really pinched the heck out of that, didn't I? Normally I would never recommend doing this because it's taking the enamel straight off, but I think I'm going to do it and pretend like I meant to. Did he take his soapbox? Fucking love the fact that he had the box. Randy is a walking, talking, punny dad joke. He always has a soapbox. Excuse me. Oh, I love that. Yes, I do. Okay. So now we'll come around. Hey, Ashley, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. I am really sorry to stress you guys out, though. Like, I mean, I don't mean to push our stress off onto y'all. And I certainly don't want to be just perpetuating stressful feelings, you know? It's like, just like Joe said, it's like we just smile and figure out something else. It's like, because we do. We do have the option to leave. Every single one of us has the option to leave Etsy. And so, you know, don't spend your energy fretting about it. Spend your energy finding a solution. Oh, super durable. Thank goodness. Okay, so now we've brought that one's corner around. Oh, I should have done that first, I guess. This is life now. Okay, coming through. Yeah, I should have done that underneath. Oh well, now I know for next time that I have this very specifically, uniquely shaped shape of stone. Oh, right on, Lori. Wild geese land on our pond. That is neat. Yeah, Randy and I took a little tea break this morning and sat out on the front porch and dreamed some dreams, and a pond was in there somewhere. Okay, just get in here and kind of squeezing these so that they're not snagging anything. And there we have. Looks like he's wearing a straight jacket. But I like it. This is just 20 gauge too, so it's not really super duper. We'll smush it. Super hardy. But I like it. Okay. Done pile. This is the titanium finish. It's titanium toned 20 gauge wire. Oh, well, thanks, Athena. Beth says, heck, you guys need to offload somehow. We're probably better equipped to sympathize as well as we know the score and have probably shopped the site whenever you need to. Well, thank you, Bev. We've never met in real life. Given that I still consider you a friend after all these years. Oh, Penny. You can't feel okay about discussing the negative along with the positive. I'd feel awful. That's fair. Durability test? Check. Welcome back, Red Kel. Oh, also, this is how, after painting and finishing, this is how the eye from Tuesday's live stream came out. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Lots and that's pretty stones to wrap. Y'all, I can't even express to you guys how excited I am. Okay, here's an example. This is one of the puddles from Creative Escape Studio. Thanks, Teresa. So this is kind of, let me get the camera down just a bit. Let's get a slightly better angle maybe, so that the light can go through it. But so this is an example of the banding and stuff that can be achieved with the fused glass puddles. And this one has had no additional work to it. Like it hasn't been shaped at all, anything. It is just a pretty puddle. So would you guys be interested in getting pieces like this to wire wrap or set in polymer clay? Because since it's not resin, you can bake it. What were we saying? Would you guys be interested in getting pieces like this in your craft along kits? Okay, that's a couple of yeses. I actually have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. I think I have another one in here somewhere. I'll find it after. Woo! Nature's calling. I'll be back. Diggy, diggy, hole. Diggy, diggy, hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy, hole. Diggy, diggy, hole. Okay. Whoop. What's up? Hey, y'all. Oh, Penny. This is actually, wait, up here or this? Because this is Chevron Amethyst, I think. Though it's not particularly like super duper. Ooh, you can set glass into silver clay, Katrina. I'm not certain, Bev. I think I got these on Fire Mountain Gems, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Ooh, right on. No, just glass though. But yeah, with that cool banding and stuff, you can really get like I think it looks a lot like agates. But yeah, I can't even express to you guys how interested I am in it's kind of an interesting shape. I don't know if I should wrap it in the same style, seeing as screw it. Let's go. Let's wrap it in the same style. I actually need to finish these bad boys. Before I start any more pendants, I'm going to get my workstation cleared up. But yeah, all these guys are going to be going either to the booth or to the auction. So, Katrina says, not all stones can go in silver clay because some aren't safe for the kiln, but most 90 and 96 COE is safe for silver clay. Yee! Randy's here. Where's my Randy? I'm upstairs. Oh, there he is. Diggy, diggy, hole. Diggy, diggy, hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy, diggy, hole. Okay, just getting stuff situated and scooched around. I actually need to file the backs of those guys before I get them made into jewelry. Okay. Why do I live like this? Okay. The sheets of wood we get from either Glowforge when they have them in stock, or Amazon. We just go and we find like the thickness of plywood that we want. Oh boy, I made a tangled mess. How long are you? So let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches long. So should I have it be a single? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to cut 2 of these just right quick. For a lot of them, they're considered plywoods. You can also get some that are hardwoods, like it's just a sheet all the way through, but it's hard to find it in the like sheets. But also the plywood has a little bit more strength. If we were to cut a hardwood this thin, there'd be the knots and stuff, and the grains of it might not necessarily cut correctly, if that makes sense. Hey Melody, how's it going? I got you, Penny. Yeah, you caught me. I just wire wrapped some lifesavers onto the wood cuts. Okay, so we cut the lengths. What did I do in the little bag? There it is. The drop shaped stones. This one we purchased from Creative Escapes Glass when we went there like almost a year ago. All of these other stones were actually gifted to us by viewers and fans and friends, and I've just kind of been hoarding them, and I'm like, no, these need to find homes now. Are you going to sell any of the wood in those pieces? I am, Deborah. We're still kind of stress testing them, if that makes sense, because we don't want to have them be fragile. So I'm getting some pieces made and then seeing how they hold up before we go through and do everything. Yeah, like kind of send them out to everybody. Sorry, the camera's shaking. I just plugged it in and it keeps bouncing my tripod. Could you use balsa wood for the Glowforge? You could. You definitely could. It's actually perfect because it's very fine grain, so it cuts through very nice and cleanly. Oh no. Oh, why did I cut 5 of these? Vaughn, why are you like this? Now, of course, we will be selling them on our Back to Earth Creations website. So those will be up in the shop. Those are actually going to be the first things that I put up into the shop. Are going to be our material kits and cab boxes and dub boxes and stuff. Yo, look at how pretty this stuff is. Look at that banding. That is gorgeous. Can't even. And I'm really hoping if we could achieve similar banding. I want to make stuff like this, but out of glass. Is kind of what I have going on in my head. Look at how pretty that one is too. It's beautiful, beautiful jaspers. Bev says, I think it'd work in the Glowforge, but be terrible for jewelry. It's too soft to last very long. And that's a really good point, Bev. That's why we've been going with the hardwood plywoods. Is just kind of hoping that it'll be durable enough to kind of hold up But for making balsa wood boxes or something that you're gonna set into resin, balsa wood would be pretty cool. Katrina says I'm gonna have to try to make puddle cabs now. Let me know how it goes, because this is like Randy actually had a brilliant idea. Because I was talking about I want to keep a notebook of very specifically the recipes for all of the glass that we make. You know, specifically what kinds of glass we use, for how long, like not just the firing schedules, but the ingredients list as well. So if we're making, instead of cabs, we're making cookies, and I want to make a cookbook, and that's what was Randy's idea. He was like, "Well, it's going to be a cookbook." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you could." I can't remember specifically what he had said. I'm so bad at this. It was like the kiln cookbook or glassworkers cookbook. I don't know. Randy had like a perfect name. Randy, if you're watching, what was the name of the cookbook? That it's like we haven't even started making glass stuff yet, and we already have the name for the book we're gonna write. But I'm thinking we might take submissions from patrons and other glassworkers and stuff to be featured in our cookbook whenever we publish it, as a way to kind of shamelessly plug other artisans. It might actually become, I don't know, but we'll see where all of this goes. Randy says, "Oh, I can't remember. We should have written it down, but it was like perfectly just rolled off the tongue. It was perfect. Kiln fire schedules based on kiln, sui, and project. Right on." And I think just having a book, just of this is the kiln that I have, this is the kiln that I used, this is the glass that I used from this company, and this is how it came out. Like even just as an art project, just to kind of, I don't know. I think it'd be a good idea, and I think there's enough variation between artisans and kilns and glasses and everything that every single glass worker could publish the same cookbook, and every single one would be worth, like, they'd be so different. Right on. It's one that I use for ideas and projects. Very cool. But and that, I mean, it probably already exists too, but I don't know. Again, I feel like this is something that even just as like an art book to have on like your coffee table or in your bathroom, to just look at the pretty pictures of the glass. You know, like, and for me this would be specifically about making fused glass cabochons or like screen melts, like have an entire book of just screen melts so you can see examples and stuff. And it may never be a book. It might just be a blog that we're going to be keeping on our website, where we can post pictures and be like, or a Discord channel where it's just like, hey, this is what we did. But I don't know. Always looking for different ways to market and retire off of something. This is how I store my clasps. Hey, Mama Salty. What you making? Oh, COE, Bev, is the coefficient of expansion. Different glass cools, like heats and cools and expands and contracts at different rates. And you want all of your glass to be contracting and expanding at the same rate, because if the glass over here cools quickly or shrinks quickly and this one over here is a little bit slower, then you get tension in the glass, and that's going to cause fractures and breakage whenever the glass is just sitting there at room temperature. Like, you need to keep everything at the same COE so that it's all kind of maintaining the same tension, and then when you anneal it, it'll be all super chill. How to make your own lava 101. Basically, yes. But what you making, Mama Salty? What chainmail are you weaving today? And I have to say, thank you guys for for hearing Randy and I rant about Etsy, because I feel tremendously better just getting to craft along with you guys. And Etsy might be the ship that we're sailing in, but y'all are the water that keeps us afloat. So thank you guys. Got a buttload of rings from the ring lords. I'm building bracelets. Ooh, made a bunch of 3-3 and now into Byzantine. Yes, chainmail is life. Yeah. It can sound scary at first, but glass is really surprisingly approachable, I think. Other than the tremendous financial investment and the fact that it's going to burn my house down. So never mind about diggy diggy hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy dig. Yeah, somebody commented, they were like, girl, find a new song to hum. Joke's on you. My new song is Diggy Diggy Hole Forever. The annoying song you know is better than the annoying song you don't. Okay, so I got some chain onto these necklaces, so now they can finally get put away. And very limited info on how to do the chat to each other. How do you mean, Melody? Like here in the live streams or on Discord, or I'm not certain what you mean. Okay. And there we go. We see you, Melody. Can you hear me? Hey, Melody. Oh, here? Oh, sorry, I'm so slow. I think it's you just do like how you're doing and you just type. Or do you mean like on Patreon? Because that's a complete and total disaster over there. Patreon is not very good for community building. That's why we have the Discord. And the main thing is if you do the @ like here you can see Bev did @ Yvonne Williams, and it's spelled out exactly like how my channel name is shaped. So like if you wanted to talk to Penny, you would do @ Penny with a capital P and then space and then Van with a capital F, and I believe that would highlight her name. So Rebel says, I seem to have found a regular customer in Florida. She bought something I made inspired by your work last week, and yesterday she bought one of my wire Valentine heart pendants. All right, on Rebel, congratulations. Regular customers are life changers. And more often than not, our repeat customers and clients become our friends, and we're super blessed with a great friend circle. I kind of want to do a wire tree on this one, but have it like frame it. I don't know. We'll see. What are we doing? Maybe we'll do a wire tree on this one. I really like blue goldstone for kind of covering up, if that makes sense. Right, Ashley? And this is what happens, y'all, is I sit here with a pile of beautiful calves in front of me, and I'm just brain farted. I just don't know what to do. Like, what to make first. Also, my sculptures, or the sand sculpture, or sand painting, I don't know. This thing that Randy got me to help me chill out is totally making a beautiful scene. But yeah, this big old pile of cabs here. I'm just like, what do we even do? Maybe I could make something out of these guys. Yeah, I think we'll make something out of these guys. Do I make a pair of earrings? Those are kind of big for earrings. And I'm afraid that if I put a link here and here, it will be a lot of tension on the wood. No, it's reinforced with the resin, but that should be okay. That tan orange cab, one of y'all gave it to me. Like, I wish I had marked each and every stone with who had gifted it to me, so that I could thank y'all properly. Now, this one I bought from Amazon or Fire Mountain Gems. Right, Daniel? There you go, Melody. You're getting the hang of it. When I'm rich, I'll shop at all your guys' shops. I just gotta open my shop and get rich first. I'm an irregular customer, and I love those too, Gary. I'm gonna wrap this little guy. He got a bead, a little hole in him. I got a hole in me now. I got a scar I can talk about. She keeps a picture of me, her apartment in the city. Yeah. That is a really good idea. This would be massive, but eh. Okay, so I'm cutting about 12 inches of 20 gauge wire. I hope that will fit through this bead. I should have tested it before I cut it. Come on, you can get through there. Nope. It won't clip through. Ah! Look at that. See, and it's got that little, that cleaned through. Could do something similar to the first moon cab you made. Maybe. Quite possibly. So I'm just going to use this pencil because it's directly on hand. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I need to put salmon out to defrost. I made, okay, guys, food chat time. I know this happens every time, but you just get, like, it's probably going to keep happening every time. Last night for dinner, I made in a cast iron skillet, but in the oven, I roasted a whole bag of little baby potatoes, and butter, just straight butter with like garlic powder, salt and pepper. Rolled it around in the butter and then baked it for like 20 minutes. 30 minutes actually, I think. Yeah, cuz I put it in 10 minutes in, the butter was melted, I stirred it. And then I put salmon on it. Defrosted salmon planks with no skin because Randy prefers it without the skin. On top of the potatoes with like this lemon pepper seasoning, like chicken seasoning for grilling, and then more butter, obviously. We used like half a stick of butter, and then just roasted it for like 30 or 40 more minutes, just low and slow, and it was amazing. And we ate all of it. Like, I thought we were gonna have leftovers. We ate all of it. And so I'm making that again tonight for dinner. And then let's try to be the front. Ooh, I don't know, we'll make it reversible. Yesterday I also made my very first loaf of bread without a bread machine. The bread machine I've had for probably over a decade, it just kicked the bucket. So we donated it in hopes that there's something simple wrong with it and somebody with slightly, lots more know-how than me could fix it. But I was like, it's taking up a lot of shelf space. It'll find a new home if somebody can fix it. So I was like, well, let's just make some bread, cause carbs. So I made our very first homemade bread. And I put way too much flour in it, I think was the problem, but it was still quite tasty. And so I ate, it was a 2-loaf recipe, that I baked into one giant loaf, and I ate all of it, like with a little bit of help from Randy. But oh my, bread is so good. Like, man, super duper yums. And I cannot wait to make more bread. And then we actually watched videos of how to make bread while eating bread, because carbs. Picture of me. So that's my story about bread. So I don't have the time today to make another loaf of bread. But I was thinking about getting some sourdough starter going. I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of commitment. Hey Lydia, I'm so sorry we didn't make it to the post office today. We will be checking on Monday. Did you? I sent you a message on Patreon though. Hopefully you got that. Woohoo! This is my bread pendant. I made it while talking super durable about bread. Woo! Super duper durable. Bev says I love freshly baked bread. I always have some of the part baked baguettes in hot bread whenever I want. That sounds amazing. Bready, bready, bread. Bready, bready, bread. Oh, look how pretty that is, you guys. My heart. Ooh, I still have coffee, says Daniel. I'm jealous. I would love. Ooh, here's another one of these. 2 of these beads. I'm gonna wrap these bad boys. Same way. How big a wire? Yeah, I think. I don't know. How big a wire can I fit to these? Diggy, diggy, hole. Diggy, diggy, hole. Okay, so that'll fit an 18 gauge through it. Thanks, J Max. Add bacon? What do we add to make it do? Ooh, okay. So yeah, both of these we can use with 18 gauge wire. This wire's a little too short. Let me grab. What color? Silver? What's the huge honking gray one on the right? I don't know. It looks like an ocean jasper, maybe? Or something like, I don't know. Some sort of jasper, I think, based on just how heavy it is. But it might be an agate. I don't know. But it is honkin' chonkin', though. Like, that's a big boy. I don't even know what I would... kind of want to use it on the flap of, like, a purse. But we'll see. Hey, Manaya. Yeah, we're making some different... I've had these stones just kind of sitting here, not getting sorted away because they were special to me, because they were gifted to me. I just can't remember specifically by whom. And I've had it for like a year. So I need to... This one I actually enameled. That's just nail polish on the back of glass, but it's really pretty. So I'm trying to kind of work through what's just been sitting here. Because I'm feeling overwhelmed by all the stuff that needs done. So I'm just trying to focus. Okay, so here we have, I'm going to use an 18 gauge. Ooh, rings. You have 2, so one for the auction and one for the stash. Right on. That's going to be a big old ring though. But I'm going to use 18 gauge. And I'm going to cut off, like 2.5 feet of wire for the ring. Oh, there's this one. This was from like one of our craft-alongs a million years ago. Sell it, put it in the bin. That's true, Penny. Okay, so, and I'm pulling the wire down to, or the bead rather, down to the very center of our wire. Let me grab my ring mandrel. Now I'm going to make this I'm going to start at a size 10. Because it'll probably size down lower. As the wire takes up space. Okay, so and I've wrapped, I should probably break out of my mold. But just through and then coming around on both sides. I'm actually going to come underneath on both sides. Kind of like that. So let's remove that so that is, sorry. Woo. But yeah, so that's how it's looking on the back. And now got that little bit of a bend right there. I really need to do my nails, but I'm just not that worried about it. And pulling that through and cinch to hold things stable. Coming through and oh, sorry, the wire keeps hitting the tripod and bouncing it. And cinch. So now I'm going to put this back on our mandrel because you can see I really messed all that up. Back to a 10. And let's try it on. I love it. Oh, that's honkin' chonkin'. The dragon eye. Are you talking? Are you asking me? J-Max. This one I'm actually gonna make like a necklace just off of each side, just with like some beads and stuff. So I think I'm gonna come in now and start doing. Let me angle this down just a little bit so maybe it'll stay focused. Picture one of the stained glass panels I made for them. I was never get to see. Right on, Stephanie. That's really cool. But yeah, we're just gonna start shaping this spiral around. So we tried to take on that. Ooh, yeah, and that would be a heck of a ring, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't really know if this needs edged in spirals, but let's see. Okay, so we've got a little knot there. It's making a little bit of like an infinity knot or something on it. Starting to get pretty hungry. I need to put that salmon out to defrost before I forget again. Oops, there we are. It looks like it's wearing sunglasses. Oh boy. And now I'm just doing a little bit of vining on the ring itself. And I don't know how I'm going to do that because I don't think, let's see. So this kind of makes it unsizable, if that's a word, or at least a lot more difficult, much more difficult to resize. But we'll play it by ear, see how it goes. Okay. So yeah, we're able to get these vined up together. And it makes for a much, much thicker ring band too. So this one we don't have a whole lot of space, so I'm just going to snip right there. And then smoosh it in and around so that it's not going to snag on stuff. Thanks, Daniel. I'm glad you like it. Okay, and now I'm going to snip this one here because I feel like it. Put that into our scrap bin. Yeah, that's a good idea, Tanya. I'll go do that. But also, I need to do dishes so bad. Kitchen's a disaster. It's like somebody made 2 loaves of bread in there and never cleaned up. Cool. Time to try it on. I love it. Nice. Definitely a statement piece. Very cool. So that'll be going into the auction. Chunk it in the bin. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put the salmon up to defrost. Salmon beach. Salmon beach. Okie dokie. And I'm back. I'm gonna eat some cheese and a beef stick. Do y'all have any questions while we're sitting here and hanging out? I'd love to do a little Q&A session with you guys. Oh. Should have got some more tea going. Taking my shoes off, putting my feet up. Cheese is amazing. What on earth are you guys talking about? I leave for like 30 seconds. Y'all can't be trusted. Manaya says, have you ever used TubeBuddy to help your channel rank better in the beginning? I have no idea what TubeBuddy is, and we never used anything like that. We wanted very much for right from the beginning for everything to be as in-house and independent as possible, just because we don't trust other companies. Like, we don't, like, it's the best thing Randy and I've ever done is to just only rely on ourselves, because I'm not particularly clever. Like, if I read through terms and contracts and stuff, it's like I don't feel confident in that I'm fully understanding what I'm reading. And it's like I want to plant the whole field myself, and I want to harvest the whole field myself. I might not get as much planted, and I might not pull in as much of a harvest, but it's all mine. It's all on my back, and that's what I want. So I'm not in this to get rich and stuff. So, I mean, that'd be nice. Don't get me wrong. We'd all like to find a pile of gold while we are digging our hole. But, what the? Randy? I think Dan and Red are doing something to the strap on, and Manai is throwing up on others. Sounds like a regular Saturday. Manai says it gives you a lot of advice on how to use tags better. It shows you where you rank on the search list for the tags on your video and suggests that ones that may reach a better audience. Use every tool at your disposal if you feel like you're utilizing them well. Is it costing you anything? Oh, Connie. She says the next batch are going great. I redomed a bunch of them, and there are about 5 pairs of them to make bead earrings. Right on. Y'all are amazing. But no, it's I wasn't really worried about gotcha. All of those things, Manaya, you can find out by Googling. Maybe not necessarily how high you're ranking on those tags, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like all of those things you could find out more by Googling or like seeing what tags of similar channels and stuff are using. But a lot of it is I don't know, like in whenever we were first starting out, we put just all of our time and effort towards making good content. So right on, Rebel. I don't know, we'll probably start at like $15 at the auction, so we'll see. And that was that for the last time I'm eating cheese stick. I will miss it forever. But yeah, I don't know, and I don't know what advice to give because YouTube's a very different place from where it was whenever we were first starting. And things that are working well now might not necessarily be working well in 6 months or right on. Please don't overvalue my opinion. I don't really know what I'm doing. You cutting out dairy, Vaughn? No, I'm just out of cheese and I'd have to get up to get more. So Tanya, no, I would I don't know if I would do well cutting out dairy. I think I'm way too emotionally dependent on yummy food. Just for like, it gives me like a mood buff every time I eat something that's yummy. And I would miss that tremendously. She's like, you're so dramatic about it. No, I'm a cat and my bowl's half empty is all that's happening. Well, thanks, Manaya. Cheese is life, Jamie. And I actually discovered most other foods I use just as a vehicle to put more dairy products inside of my body. Like, meat's delicious. For meat with cheese on it, I'd pick that every time. Veggies, I like them pretty good. Put some butter in it. Ooh. Put some cheese on it, too. Ooh. Have a glass of milk with it. Like, dairy. Like, I live for dairy products. If ever I develop lactose intolerance, I will just poop to death because I'm not stopping. Like, you will see me sitting on the toilet eating a gallon of ice cream, just like, it's happening, guys, let's go. So, what's Fluenstrufel? Why'd you just call Rebel Wolf, Daniel? The psychiatrist wants me to cut out dairy, wheat, and sugar. I don't know. I can't speak for other people. That might help. I know that, like, so you have chosen death. Yes, Red Cow. Gut health can really impact a whole lot of things, and it might not be a bad idea to cut back or take a break on stuff. Personally, it causes me a hell of a lot more stress thinking about no dairy, sugar, and what else? Like, everything. Dairy, wheat, and sugar. I don't know, if it's whole foods, you know your body better than anybody. Just random word I made up to make Rebel laugh. Nice. My latest device is vanilla ice cream with trick cereal mixed in. That's a thing. The psychiatrist believes that it will make my depression and anxiety lessen. Okay. I don't know. Everybody's so different. I found the best things for me are to stop stressing about what I'm eating. For me, personally, stop stressing about what I'm eating and just be reasonable and enjoy it if I'm going to enjoy it, and to go walking more. Like, just something about a leaky gut diet. Yeah, no, I don't know. I am not a medical professional, nor should I be handing out advice. But, salmon lowers my blood pressure. Yeah, everything in moderation, but just don't stress it so much. Because, like, anxiety and depression happen. Like, rebel. Stroke. What? Maybe you could sing instead. It's in my house. Oh my god, you guys are amazing. I've missed something. I'm just gonna go over here and pretend like I didn't just read all that between Daniel and Rebel. Y'all are concerning me. Coffee everywhere? Oh, coffee. Cue sad music. As I sit here and think about coffee that's in my kitchen. I'm gonna get back to wire wrapping. Diggy, diggy, hole, diggy, diggy, hole. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. I have an aunt who's allergic to salmon, yet her and my uncle go fishing in Alaska every year for it. They just bring it home and give it away to family. Right on, Tanya. I bet that's a lot of fun. Just fist fighting a polar bear for a salmon or a grizzly, or I don't know. Whoever's living up that way nowadays. I'm going to make this one into a ring. That's a pretty good size for a ring, I think. So, will 20 gauge or is this 18 gauge? What are you? That's 20 gauge. Let's see if this will fit on an 18 gauge, because I kind of want to do some coiling. Ooh, guess what, you guys? Ooh, it fits. I started getting really hard into prepping. I have been watching so many pantry prep videos and stuff that I'm starting to prepare for the end of the world. I'm really excited. I was raised in the dairy state. Cheese is my spirit animal for 50 years. I have to eat fake cheeses, but I'm grateful as heck that even exists. Right on. No, I'm mostly actually just worried about because I listen to a lot of Dave Ramsey too, so like financial preparedness. So I'm stressed out about everything always. But the way that I deal with that is so what color should I use to do the coiling on this? So it makes me think about, you have an emergency fund for your finances. I want to put together an emergency fund for my food. Stock up on the corona beer. It's the only vaccine. Take your medicine. Wish I did that for salmon though, right? But it's just something that what if I get hurt and I can't make jewelry for a few months, or if a tornado hits the house, and well, then it wouldn't really help with it. To have a bunch of food in the house. Tornado hits the neighborhood and the power is down, and it's just any little hiccup that comes up, it would really help to just have an extra couple of weeks of food in the house. Like, I can't think of a situation where that wouldn't be helpful, except for in a flood or a tornado or something where my house is gone. Then I'm gonna have bigger problems than being hungry. But what if there's droughts or flooding somewhere where the foods that I like to eat are grown and now suddenly they're quite significant? Oh, I was going to coil this, wasn't I? Well, this is happening now. Right. But, what was I saying? Or the coronavirus becomes so big that we're quarantined to our houses. That's a very good possibility as well. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm super skeptical about things, but I do like to be prepared. Because it's like on one hand, I'm like a total skeptic and cynic, and on the other, I have my tinfoil hat and pitchfork, and I'm like, they're coming to get us, guys. So, aw, thanks, Mitch. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a good idea. I like food independence a lot. Like that's seriously gets my jellies going. And so I just been thinking about learning to make my own cheese. I made my own bread for the first time yesterday, and it's really good to have these skills and hone them for the hopefully never needing to use them, but they're still fun. So that's just been something I've been watching a whole bunch of YouTube about lately is pantries and stuff and food preservation. And I'm like, ooh, tell me more. Oh, really? Wait, what's happening? Right. Tanya's saying, oh, I'm just operating on the what if part of this, kind of panicky, but trying to be smart about it. And I think, staying on our toes is a good place to be. But also, I just wonder what else might be going on that isn't being covered by media and stuff. And I don't know. Tinfoil hat time. Yeah, Mama Salty says no one in China expected to be sealed into their houses for 4 weeks. Every person should have at least 4 weeks of food and medicine for themselves. Yep. Right, Gary. Oh, our newest how-to video. How to your own tinfoil hat. Okay. So this one's going to be a little bit smaller of a ring. I think that'll be okay. I straight up was going to do something else and then completely just started doing this. So this is life now. Gotcha, Penny. Oof, that's something I didn't even think about. Ring. Like it. I like that one a lot, actually. They stick out pretty far, but this kind of, wire up rings. Silly kinds of hungry right now. That size stone would be good for a size 5 ring. Oh, goodness. That'd be great big. But yeah. Size 5 would be up there. Are you saying you're a size 5 Melody, or? Gotcha, Tanya. Oops. Making sure no pokey bits. Into the bin. Make something else. I kind of want to use... I've got these little... Let's do some... Can I fit these on a 20 gauge wire? Because I kind of want to make some little starflower earrings. I haven't carried those in like a bajillion years. I think the 20 gauge is going to be too thick to do that though. So let's see. If I had a 19 gauge, no, or a 22. 22 would be ideal for this. But I think I'm going to have to use a 26 gauge. Ooh, any macrame in the future. I'm not certain. Like, I love doing macrame, but I just don't have the endurance for it. Like, for doing the big projects that I want to do. Like, I just have a hard time powering through. Okay. So I can actually use up one of these older little spools. Make room on my shelf. So I'm using some 26 gauge in the silver plated silver. Micrame. Yep. I actually wouldn't mind making some macrame. Like big old hunky chunkies. Where's my kitty at? I haven't seen Callie in a minute. Sorry, just completely rabbit trailed all over the neighborhood. A little bit on Patreon streams. Quite possibly, Daniel. It'd be pretty cool, but I'm still so, I don't feel like I know enough to teach, if that makes sense. Okay, so we've got the 26 gauge. I'm giving myself a significant bit of wire over here. And then just bringing it around. And I'm going to go once, twice, 3 times, twisted, pull that a little tighter. Diggy diggy hole. Thank you, Penny. I'm really glad to hang out with you guys. Like, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. And Randy earlier. Okay. So there we go. Little teachers do have a craft session or quiet time. Oh, that'd be nice. I'm incapable of being quiet though. Then 3. Oh. And that crashed, but we're back. So I did 4 rotations and then snipped. Yeah, we're already having ideas for how to improve Camp Craft Along for 2021, and we have, or for 2022, for the next time we have it, the second year, whenever that is. And we haven't even had the first one yet. Oof, it's hard. Aw, Jamie says I was telling my mom about you this morning, how inspirational you are. Oh, Jamie. Thank you guys. I'm not a whole lot without y'all, so thank y'all for being here. Other than just sitting here talking to myself. So it's the fire's already in you guys. I'm just blowing on it. So yeah, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of these little guys and make some little earrings. Bye, Lori. Oh no! Husband lost his wallet while working on the farm fence. Hopefully none of the cows took it. I actually think I'm going to, oh no, Mama's salty. And right as I'm about to say too, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've got to go put my chickens away. And I'm gonna get started on dinner, get and wash some dishes and stuff. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Oh, that's rough. We will be, I don't have a tutorial ready for tomorrow, but I'm going to be getting one edited and getting it posted as a patron preview for y'all to craft along with. So if you're one of our $1 nut pledgers, which if you're watching this, you should be, you'll be able to see the video and craft along with it. So it won't be for everybody on YouTube, but it'll be for y'all. So hopefully we'll have that ready for you tomorrow, if not by Monday. So if you haven't purchased your auction items yet, just they're up there on Etsy for whenever you get to it. We're going to be putting more stuff over onto our website, so that's going to be pretty cool. The craft haul The craft hall is a communal crafting area at Camp Craft Along Red Kell. Like just big tables for you to use. It talks about it a little bit more on the Camp Craft Along website. What's the tutorial going to be about? I think sculpting the dragon eyes. Making one of these. It's just kind of, I haven't done the voiceover yet though. It's either going to be this or making moon cabs. I don't know yet. We shall see. So we will talk to y'all in our next video. And until next time, you guys, happy crafting. All right, on Gary. All right, bye guys.